All right, ladies and gentlemen, I am here with iS.Axslav, who just took down top of his group MVP.Tails 2-1 in a thrilling PvP series. What an incredible set of games, man. How are you feeling right now? I know you guys are both advancing, and I know it was technically just for seeding, but I think also for pride, and you have to be pretty happy about yourself.
Yeah, it was a nice win. Coming into it, I was actually thinking, looking at the opponents, it would be almost better for me if I got 4th instead of 3rd, based on my skill level. But you know, I wanted to take him out anyways, just to show him that I could. Make sure
that they're not unstoppable.
Yeah,
I like
that's
that.
right.
You wouldn't want someone to finish their group with an undefeated record if you could say something about it.
Exactly.
And game number 1, beautiful Colossus timing, actually, off of one base. You actually saw the expansion as it was being built, and I think that Tails didn't want you to see that until later, or at least after the Nexus was completed. Was it your idea to go Colossus all along, or is it something you decided on after you saw the expansion?
I was kind of planning on going all along. You know, I had a series versus Alicia earlier where like my control was totally failing me, and I just wasn't playing very well at all. And so I was thinking, let's just do a build where it's not that important how well I play, as long as he makes a couple missteps, as long as I don't screw up my macro, I'm in good shape. So I did that, and you know, he actually made some macro errors early, it looked like, because his army was kind of small. I think he was cutting a lot of probes early to get that push and the expansion at the same time, so it worked out great for me.
And we saw I personally saw an MLG weekend last week that the one Colossus timing, especially on maps like Cloud Kingdom, where there are lots of ridges, which of course it wasn't on, is particularly susceptible to really quick blink. Were you worried about that sort of counter to it when you were doing this build?
Yeah, I mean, you can't do the build I did versus really quick blink. I mean, you can do the same opening, but you have to wait for 2-3 Colossus in range.
Yeah, that's right.
And often it's better to actually just wait for the first Colossi and take an expansion and play a macro game, because they can base race you. There's a lot of options they have. But I knew he wasn't going blink just from that scout on the Nexus. So.
And excellent. Well, moving on to game number 2. Did you think he was going to cheese you? Were you expecting the cheese? I mean, he appeared to hide it very well, and you were a little bit unlucky because your initial probe scout out of your main base missed his pylon by literally a single hex. It was so close.
Yeah, no, I didn't really see that coming. Not too many people do his build, because if you micro your probes well, you just beat it with probes. But unfortunately, my control is just off some of the Alicia games, and I lost something like 8 probes.
Yeah, you lost quite a few probes, unfortunately.
Whereas really, I mean, they're faster. You just let him get hit twice and you pull him back. But I kept pulling him back like half a second too late, and so that kind of decided the game right there.
But you managed to take it back in game number 3. We were talking on stream about, of course, you're famous for being able to play at 50, 60 APM when you want to and still absolutely destroy people by playing very smart. And in particular, we want to talk about your decision to go DTs, when you made that decision and why you knew that was going to win you the game.
Basically, you know, I held his attack early, and I actually made a mistake early on. I thought he was doing a more committed attack, so I canceled my Warp Prism. And if I didn't cancel that Warp Prism counter probably would have hit him when he was still out of his base, and it might have ended the game.
Okay.
But, you know, I canceled that to get the faster Immortal, so I attack it later. And then I tried to go up his ramp, which is really dumb, lost some more units. But the good thing about that is I did see that he had that support base. So I could tell he was going, he went blink into one base Colossus, which means he's not going to expo off that. So I knew I lost some units, so it'd be hard to fight him straight up. So I was going for a base racing mentality. I knew at most he'd get like 1 observer, so I could just take the corner bases, spread out. And, you know, I was able to kill the observer and the DTs wanted. But even if I didn't kill the observer, you know, I was taking that bottom right corner.
Yeah, that's right. You had the probes there very early on.
Yeah. I wasn't. He kind of backed up to chase me. So actually, it would have been better if I didn't send the probes. But I thought he was just going to go straight for my natural. And then if you don't get the probes that early, they're never going to get out at all.
That's right. And as soon as the observer was sniped, you knew that you had the winning cards in your hand.
Yeah, pretty much.
An excellent series there. Great to see you take down the top guy in your group. And of course, you are very safely now into the championship bracket tomorrow. So hopefully we'll see some more good games there. Congratulations.
Thank you.
And we'll catch you tomorrow. Guys, I am JoRoSaR. I was casting this series with Thunder Toss, and we have just interviewed the winner, Infinity7's iSAxslav, going into champion play tomorrow. I believe this was the last best of 3 series on this stream for now. So we will be finishing this stream off for now. Is there another game still going on the main stage? Yep, okay, that's still going on, so please do tune in the StarCraft A stream. After that series is finished, we will be wrapping up for the night as well. Take care, guys. Have a good night, and see you tomorrow.